I need to eat something. So I then make a decision finally to get on Google and be like, what dissipates nausea? What deals with nausea? Like, yeah, I went and I sought information out. What is a home remedy for nausea? And lo and behold, the home remedies that I used to use for my babalas back in the day were just that, like plain stuff, like salty crackers, bread, plain bread, no butter, nothing, just plain foods. Don't be rich. I ate banana, I ate tangerines, I drank milk, I drank a concoction of linseed and fenugreek and whatnot, and all that stuff came back up again. And this here, Google was like, eat something, maybe even like one of the recommendations came was plain bread. I was like, okay, I got plain bread. I thought at first about wheat bix, salty crackers, but we don't need wheat bix, go try too much more, like it's and it's very messy. So I said bread, and thankfully there was one little cocofied dry piece of white bread left in the kitchen counter over there in the kitchen bread bin. I was like, I razaming this situation, I razaming motago, yeah, and also it recommended lemon water, like sour water, like water with like lemon juice in it, sprinkle that, and eat it slowly, like slowly. The recommendation on YouTube was eat it slowly, not YouTube, but on Google search, eat these things slowly, like one by one by one. And where it is that I found the information was a child website, a pediatric website, where it said that if your child is nauseated, feed them this way. They must eat like tiny little bouts of bread every, iteratively when they feel like they can handle it. But you also need to wait for like a couple of, before they eat like a whole full meal, if they're letting a couple of hours. So let this just happen gradually. So I decided to take the slow approach and eat something plain and dry. I brought that bread this side, right next to me, laid in my bed, the lemon water, put it over there. I put lemon juice, the one we're telling in the green bottle, squeezed it into some water, put it over there, put my little gota bread that was very cocofied dry right there, and I laid down, and in a laying down position started to take nibbles out of the bread, put it in my mouth, and then sleep. And then after like 10-15 minutes, nibble, sleep. After half an hour, nibble, sleep. I was surprised. Half an hour, 10 minutes without vomiting. I was surprised. So I vomited like a total of like 4 to 5 times, 3 times each iteration. I vomited about 4 to 5 times, and with each iteration, 3 times within it. Like, 3 times, then only I would gain reprieve. And this time around, and these vomitings happened all within spaces of 10 minutes. So I was barfing for like a whole hour because of some stupid pills that I took. Pharmacia, alright? And I was only now starting to get it to be able. Look, I wasn't even trying to sleep because I had woken up. I was ready to start the day, but I had to sleep because I was out. I was sick, and I eat these little nibbles, and one half an hour, and then 2 hours. It's like but I finished my bread, and I finished the drink. I would finish only when I woke up. But by the time I woke up, I was healthy again. I was good. I could stand up without feeling like I must sit. I could stand up without feeling like I'm gonna vomit, and still to now, I'm cool. Period pains still have not come back. Essentially what happened over there was that the Lord was pumping my stomach. I took those pills, just 2 of them. They were toxic, I don't know to what extent. I don't know if I had insisted on keeping that. No, I wouldn't have stayed down. Like, I would have eventually vomited. I made myself vomit in certain instances, but I don't think it would have stayed in my stomach, okay? But I poisoned myself out of fear that pain is going to linger. So let me just take whatever painkiller is around. And the Lord pumped my tummy. The foam came out. The latter part of uklanza, there was less foam. The last vomiting, there was less of that foamy, frothy stuff. Now it just looked like good old-fashioned mucus. Gross, right? And that was the last time that I vomited. Following which I would eat that bread slowly but surely and drink that lemon juice. Told myself that I'll hunker down and just deal with my period pains, okay? Whatever it is that they hand me, I'll take it. Like, what can I do? I told myself that rather have those period pains and poison my body. Plus, this pain excels that of period pains. Like, when your whole body is out of whack, like proper, I was just so sick. Like, nothing compares to how I was feeling, including period pains. So I was like, it's the lesser of 2 evils for me to deal with period pains. Plus, I'm on day 2. Tomorrow they should subside more or less altogether. By the evening tomorrow, I should be completely overcome when it comes to period pains. So I will have to just deal with those remaining hours of period pains and be cool. And by the amazing miracle of God, supernatural intervention, I don't even have period pains. But the Lord has picked a controversy with my family because they endured me through that. I literally got poisoned by drugs, and I don't know what I took. Migril. The name of that pill is called Migril. Migril, now that I remember. And I took it in the intervals that I told you guys. First it was the pain stop, then it was Migril. And Migril I only took 2, and even then that's what it says on the box itself for the prescribed person, the person to whom they have been prescribed to. But my mom is a big woman, so maybe I'm just too skinny for these pills. Like, I don't know, whatever. I thoroughly reacted like a person that overdosed, because I went and I sought alternatives out everywhere else other than in God. I sought alternatives everywhere else, and this made me vomit. That whole vomiting spree that made me neglect my hair, my skin, my alles. Throughout it all, when I was busy laying here down, I guess I told you when I sleep, I get lambasted by nightmares. During the day especially, I'm not supposed to be sleeping during the day. I'm supposed to be productive, okay? I slept during the day because I was out just sick like a doggy dog. Very well. Dipina hasike ho reverberata in my head geeng. Dipin songs. The very songs that I sang. Remember those songs that I sang? This here, these earpieces, ne? Whenever I want to sing you a song that's been reverberating in my core, because God is explaining to me what in the world is going to happen to my life if I settle for wicked men, I would then put these earphones in and then sing with the artist. Well, I listened to my videos about 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago, whatever, where I was singing, and I realized that I'm so out of tune when I put these things in my ear, because I try to sing like the artist, and so I sound really terrible, and I kind of cringe when I listen to myself. I'm better singing myself when I can hear myself, because then the quality of my voice projects better. Type establishment thing. So I wanted to sing those songs again to help you understand what under heaven it is that I was calamitized and attacked by throughout my sickness, when I was down like a dog, when I was sleeping instead of working, sleeping of which came about as a result of a sickness induced in my body because of me perpetually experimenting with medication to heal my body because I'm scared of some period pains. Okay, that then made me vomit all that food out throughout the time when I was in and out of sleep. So even though it's 4:30 in the morning, I'm gonna try and keep my voice down though, to help you understand what the Lord shows me is going to be my life if I marry a man that don't make no sense for me, so you can understand time and time again that like a tail, you are following me behind like a tail. But the Lord is so protective of me. Just as you are possessive of me, so too is he possessive of me. For I have been set apart to be a person for his own possession. We need to gauge here as to who is going to possess me finally versus who is trying to possess me now. But the one who is truly possessive of me and has engrafted me into the branch, has engrafted me as a branch into the vine, what he tells me about you. You tell me a different story about you. I'm gonna love you. Nobody else loves you. I'm gonna care for you. But this is what my true possessor, Jesus, is saying about you. This is how he warns me. When you're trying to attack me in my spiritual gifting, because I'm sick, I'm laying down prostrate on the floor like a dog. When you try to infiltrate your grubby paws in my downtime, the Lord is also saying, don't you dare listen, don't you dare listen, don't you dare listen. And even if you try to listen, I'm going to protect you anyway, but don't you dare listen. I'm not going to sing as loudly as I could. I started out here, Kibina, Magaseli 430 who sang, and I had to get this out. I had to get it off my chest. This is the song that I was attacked by in Zairinga, and y'all know that that's a thing, right? Christina Aguilera's Ain't No Other Man. Guy in America is poor. He can't take care of me. He can't even afford to set up base camp in South Africa, let alone in America. HIV positive, 2 wives, 2 ex-wives, just a whole bunch of stuff. But he's looking at my content and nobody's watching me, and he's telling himself with a syllogistical error that I'm the only one that's ever loved you, that's ever catered to you, that's ever cared for you. I'm the only one that came here and was willing to marry you. All these other guys are busy calling you nothing because you ain't got money. He thinks we're birds of a feather, except I'm not gonna take HIV in my stride. Secondly, in Dota, that evidence that he was rude to me, you're not coming back. You're a stalker and you're mean-spirited. Not only that, you ain't got no money, and I am coming to you with that with the purest of hearts, because what am I gonna do as a poor woman with another poor guy? I'm not gonna build from scratch. God has been warning me. I got that flash vision of me being my mom under that other boyfriend of hers from the past. Wait, I'm gonna build a guy that ain't got jack, who then is going to later on diss me, mock me, tease me for indeed being old, and then move on to some other thing. Putting this guy always than the one with my mom's ex, because so he's also coming here in a country where we've also had PEPFAR funding cut. So if you don't have medical aid, HIV, medication for you is going to be hard to come by in the future. And this dude wants to rock up here and make me nurse at his bedside. How is that full-blown AIDS? Yes, like it, Joe. This dude in America that wants this random rubbish, the only reason he's given this kind of gumption and bravado is because I keep getting dreams of my cousins, my family members, my former friends, bang pushetsa ko situation in eso because apparently nothing else is coming. Cause born, they are bored wives that are mistreated. They are mistreated bored wives that feeling that we all need to be in some kind of a cesspool of trash. So the thing that will make them feel comfortable and at ease with their crazy lives is the fact that I never got what I asked for in prayer. I ended up with some poor guy so that they can nicely confirm to themselves with a self-fulfilling prophecy that Jesus sees no difference between me and them. They've got a mere profession of faith that the Lord will embrace all of us into heaven and that he's largely uninterested and largely uninterrupting of earth's affairs, that he is standoffish and looks at indiscretions on the part of earth's citizens with a wince, on some, I wish you hadn't done that. And so that's why my life is just shredded, torn to shreds like this, and why they have been okay, because they intervened in their own lives and helped themselves along, because God is generally standoffish towards earth's affairs. And me, who has been sitting in patience for him to effect what I asked for in prayer for him, is the naive one here. And because I did not use witchcraft in order to cajole the hand of the world to awarding me favor, that's why I guess not next. So every man for himself, God helps those who help themselves. I help myself with witchcraft. You, Karabo, have been sitting around waiting for this Jesus of yours to do what we don't know. We also believe in him. We want to go to heaven. We want our bread buttered on both sides. But just accept it, okay? Christianity is not what it is cut out to be. Christ is not the only way. And not only that, the Lord, albeit being in a position to award eternal life, is content with us helping ourselves along because he knows it's a jungle out there. He knows it's a jungle out there. He knows that unless you do something to enable yourself along, you're not going to give, you're not going to be okay. So all that loose morality is accommodatable, Karabo, and evidence of it is in the fact that look at what you ended up married to. They want to be able to say stuff like that. Look at what you ended up married to. Bona hore, you deciding you're not going to acknowledge your ancestors and all that jazz, you not wanting to do rituals, bona ukuthi uphelele kuphi. And you're tending to him on his deathbed full-blown AIDS. That's what you ended up with. Kodwa masishona sonke, we're going to heaven. God is going to say to all of us, well done, my good and faithful servant. You have fought the good fight. You have run the race. You have kept the faith. Usomandla is going to embrace all of us into heaven, and you are going to realize how much you wasted your life by waiting around idly for Christ to do a thing, disregarding altogether the absolute wrongness of what it is that they did, imagining that God is going to leave sins unpunished, and imagining that God is going to leave unequal scales askew, that he is going to leave crookedness as it is, even though he is just and is therefore the be-all and end-all of ultimate justifier. They think that no one is coming for me, they're nihilistic. And so they keep on doing witchcraft to make me one to whom they can say, over whom they can spit such insolences. Well, from what the Lord showed me, I'm going to marry so well that all those words are going to be swallowed like a tough pill. The song that was going on a loop was this one, yeah, Christina Aguilera, coming at the helm of the nightmares that I got about my former friends literally throwing me to a great deal of sorrow, in the dream of which I ended up mourning like a baby. I was crying because and there's nothing that I could do to negotiate into their hearts to help them understand that you hurt me. Also, in my dream, they were gaslighting me, they were lying, they were in denial. They were not in denial, they were just lying, flat out saying, we didn't do this thing, Karabo. You threw yourself under the bus. And evidence is in the fact that God did nothing for you. The Lord keeps on bringing to the top of my mind John 16. And what he's saying is, the day has come when those who afflict you are doing so thinking they're doing a service to God. They think they are in service of me. And that's why they speak so much smack against you. They are not my disciples. I don't know them. They're wicked. They're witches. They have manipulated people's lives and they have devastated their own souls. And yet they are gazing upon you, my true disciple, who have waited on me patiently for what you have asked for with trust and faith. They are looking at you like, uzosbona. Well, batla bona kanako. Right next to all of that crazy witchcraft on the part of my former friends, family members, everyone in Jefela that has ever slapped me. Recently, the woman who gave me a job and then rescinded. I then get this song ringing on a loop because of a man that is perpetually performing rituals to make me eventually realize that I am going to come to you and let you come and muddy the waters of an already muddy country and take me as a man, because America set you free out of jail only for you to go and terrorize a woman in South Africa. You will perish the same way that the Lord showed me you will perish. You're going to end up swallowing a bullet but not first before looking at my life on the left and on the right and imagining that nobody's coming. Where the Lord is rather telling me, however, whereas the Lord is rather telling me that I am going to end up with a gold plaque from YouTube, never mind a silver one. I'm going to end up with millions of subscribers, but I'm not yet there. And this guy wants to come and ride the wave of all of that. I'm mentally ill. At what jail? Because but for crime. That's the only way that he was able to make money. So we can all be broke together. And I'm here to say, broke and ambitious. Broke and ambitious. Petty wishes twice over. Be glad. This man is broke, but he's ambitious. And petty wishes are glad about that. But he's not the only broke dude that's ambitious around my life. There's another one that's 32 years old from South Africa that's largely broke for his age. He's got a little bit more money than me. And these broke dudes, they scour the market for viable women within their budget, but they don't even build character. And so Mara, you as a woman are gonna build him up and build him up and build him up, and then he's gonna leave you once he has it because he's always been rude. He's always been that guy. He's always been that petty. He's always thought he could do better, but he has to settle for these scarcely broke women. He in his own spirit imagines that he can date Boititu. Mara Boita kasmubadli. He feels like he can win Tyler any minute now. Mara Tyler kasomfuna, so for now, seeing as he needs to get his needs fulfilled, no kara men who literally look at women that way. That's why ke jola lwena. Maranga it's a chele tenka tamba kilo jola le some female rapper in this country. Ngalo molata nje fela kilo muscripa off the shelves Tyler kwa America ke mo khutsa mo South Africa lo ba msadi wa ka. Mara ke na chelete. So I guess you'll do. Yeah, men who look at women that way, who tell themselves that they could date any slave queen they want, who tell themselves that they can be with anyone. It's just that for now abena mali. And then they go and they ravasa poor women. They go and they break the hearts of women that are struggling in the name of you're all I got for now. So just give me what you want. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Indota with that kind of attitude, that kind of crazy mindset. What the heck? You have no business being with him, but you see. Rejection. Rejection is God's protection. And it'll be uncomfortable. You're gonna know that you need to eat food, but you will know when the right food has come. And it'll be unseemly. It won't be ornate, showy. It won't be full of decoration and sparkly. It'll be basic. I like to say Christianity is like Occam's razor. Occam's razor. The simplest solution is often the right one. It is foundational. It's just the love of God. It's peaceable and it's quiet. And those of us who are in Him, when we recognize the simplicity in each other, we are gravitated towards one another, such that you will literally find a match between two Christians from diametrically opposed portions of the world getting married because they found each other in a way that in this world, by this world's standards, they never would have met or even liked each other because of their cultural differences. What makes us similar is not culture, and it is also not genetics. What makes us similar is not our environmental upbringing, it's God. That's the unique factor. So hence why the situation that I am about to get into, where there is like a wealthy dude that nobody would ever imagine would ever look at a woman like me, then getting drawn to a woman like me. The common denominator is God. The common denominator here is God. And people just don't get that. They don't get that. And so they keep on dilly-dallying, dancing around on people's heads, thinking that they can disrespect us. So essentially, my husband is like the tenement of Borotobole Drivers Coco. It did the job. It's like the lemon juice did the job. Nothing ornate, nothing spectacular, nothing shiny, nothing that's buzzing around. And it's dry. It's dry. But it's the thing that stayed in my stomach. And it came as a result of me finally researching what deals with the babalas. What deals, not so much with babalas, but it felt like babalas, that thing. What deals with nausea? What deals with nausea? I researched. And once I took advice based on text, on writ, it took. Where is my instruction concerning waiting on a husband? It's in the Bible. It's old. It's dry. It's like that cocoa of bread that healed me. It's like that little lemon juice that healed me, that had no sugar in it. The world thinks that the things of God are foolishness, but they are precious. Hence why it's written in God's word that we as saints are treasure in jars of clay. Izinto ezi basic that are to be healing, vomiting over our gofel. Experimenta in my own strength until I finally decided to research what works. And when I took that advice in my stride, it caught. The Lord does not want us, first and foremost, intoxicating ourselves with strange drugs. That stuff is dangerous, okay? Just very physically, naturally. It's very, very dangerous. And secondly, if you don't align your life's decisions on the word of God, you will allow the world to crush your self-esteem until you take whatever you imagine in your own understanding is the right thing to do. In my own understanding, I drank milk. In my own understanding, I ate banana. In my own understanding, I what do you call this? I ate those tangerines really quickly. In my own understanding, I even took those meds at all. And I ended up vomiting so very much, foaming at the mouth. The Lord did pump my stomach, but ultimately when I did research, the food sat, it stayed. If I had carried on experimenting, I don't know, I would have probably just continued to vomit all day long. But instead, I ate a dry piece of bread over like 3 hours and worked. This is not me comparing my husband to a dry piece of bread in that he's probably like monotonous and really boring and ashy. I'm just saying that he is the simplest solution because it was communicated to me first and foremost prophetically. Not only that, the Bible said wait. The Bible said don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. The Bible said exceedingly and abundantly above what we can ever ask for. The Bible said. Essentially, Google said eat bread. And I did what Google said. And it worked. When you go to written instruction that's tried and tested, you pass. But when you experiment, you fail. Thankfully, however, even when you experiment, the Lord will make you vomit. But that process will be extremely painful. You don't want to date a guy that's gonna hurt you really terribly and it's gonna take you 4 months to recover. I accommodated some guy recently and it hurt me, and for like 3 weeks to a month, I was feeling so ugly, so out of whack. I felt like I was a reject because of how he reacted to my chastity. He made me feel worthless. But if anything, he reminded me of Ariel Fitzpatrick. Has this short that she did on YouTube where she emulated going on that balloon popping show, We Are Dating, and the little pov on top was me going to the balloon popping show with people knowing that I'm the girl that wears a hat, that wears paper towel looking like an angel and talks about Jesus all the time. And she goes on this show and then all the balloons are popped and she's made to stand there all by herself looking around on some everybody pop the balloon. And the host is like, well, since everybody popped the balloon, I guess there's nothing left for you. You may go, ma'am. And then she's like, okay. And then she leaves. It's very funny, right? Because she's showing that when you try to put yourself before worldly men, what happens? Godliness is unseemly and distasteful to worldly people. They don't see value in it. So when you stand before them and present yourself as something that's really great to gaze upon or take home, they will pop those balloons. And every last one of them popping those balloons will so crush your self-esteem that you will think nobody wants you. But that's just how God works. It's not that your beauty has faded since you came to Christ. It's not that your value has faded since you came to Christ. If anything, it has only ever increased. But the world hates disciples. So when men pop their balloons and they call you old and past due and expired and all different kinds of things, when you keep getting passed up, it's God's protection, because no one under heaven knows what under heaven you would have gone through if you accommodated certain kinds of men. Let them pop those balloons. Rejection is God's protection. I went in the comments section and what everybody there was busy saying is exactly what I'm saying right now. Rejection is God's protection. When somebody, as soon as you rock up, when you open the blinds, and he sees you, when he pops a balloon, yes, it'll crush your self-esteem, it'll make you feel like you ain't jack. But rejection is God's protection. Rejection is God's protection. In one of these balloon popping shows, so this one lady, a dude pops a balloon. When asked why he popped it, he was like, I just looked at you once, and I figured that since I'm a high-value man, you're not in my league. When you listen to that man speak, he's so arrogant even though he's made money. He is so arrogant even though he has arrived in life materially, his character sucks. And when I went in the comment section, again, women were like, rejection is God's protection. Rejection is God's protection. You need to start seeing things that way. Women of the world thrive. If anything, even Christian women too. They thrive on male attention. But when you come to Christ, things taper down. And you will start to think that you've lost your beauty, your glory, your spunk, the thing, the je ne sais quoi, whatever makes you totally reachable and wantable. But that's not it. God protects you with rejection. After all, you don't need to be loved and doted over by more than just your husband. It's literally just an ego thing to have 20 guys salivating after you. It's an ego thing. It's there to boost your pride. It's pump your stats. It's to make you feel good about yourself. But beauty is fleeting and charm is deceptive. A woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. So eventually, even if you had 10,000 guys out just salivating after you like you are Tyler, at some point, even Tyler's gonna have guys not looking at her because she's gonna be an old woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all you need is the one person that's always going to be doting over you, the one person that's going to be just awestruck by you, the one person to whom your glory will always emanate. All you need is that one guy to absolutely be besotted with you. Like this, it's a flawed mindset, this way of thinking by worldly men that their women are validated by how many men want them. Like for a man's ego to be pumped up by the fact that 20 other guys in the room want the woman that is with him. And so therefore when a woman is not being looked at by every guy in the room, these men think she's not worth it. You know what I mean? They start to think, no, this is not the best woman for me because she's not pumping my clout. She's not being salivated after by every guy, and so therefore making me look like the dude who's won the competition. When a man thinks that way, you as a woman are in harm's way, because there will always be a woman prettier. There will always be the woman that takes all the attention in the room above from you, even though yesterday you took the attention in the room. And if your husband cannot exercise restraint and self-control to realize that it is you whom he chose and it is you that he loves, you're in danger. A person whose barometer by which he measures value is that flaccid and fluffy, in their hands you are not safe. In their hands you're not safe. In their hands you're a sitting duck. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what's good. So you don't need to have the whole planet think you're fly. You've had your days, I've had my days of being flooded by a whole bunch of guys, okay? I've had my days of being the person that sticks out in a room. I've had my days, and it was nice, it was ego boosting. The past decade has been dead quiet, it has been dormant. There's been a desert tumbleweed rolling around in the room concerning male attention. It's been really terrible and it's been taxing on my ego, but it has also refocused my energies. It has helped me converge my focus in that I'm now looking out for just the one man that is going to love me. And he's not going to be so shallow as to imagine that I'm worth a while because 20,000 men want me. If 20,000 men don't want me, why would I want 20,000 men to want me anyway? Because I can only be with one. We need to change our perspectives, guys. Stop seeking after the affection of the world. Because that's the kind of stuff that'll make you settle. And that's the kind of stuff that'll make you feel like anyone no and therefore validating must be accommodated. Because aguna munye umuntu ongifunayo, when your mindset is if 20,000 guys are looking at me, then one of them ought to marry me. You will marry the one that is happy to validate you when the numbers dwindle. Let your solitude, isolation, and rejection, the popping of the balloons, rescue you from deadbeats that think they're high-value men, even though they've built no character. Because herein lies a very low-value man, singing me Christina Aguilera's Ain't No Other Man, because he thinks nobody else is coming for me, because he has made an observation on the left and on the right that I've been rejected like no man's business by men in my country, by anybody that could gaze upon me. They've looked at me like I'm some poor chick that what you gonna do for me? My grandmama ain't gonna have anything to do with any of that credit bureau nonsense. I thoroughly have been rejected by men who once upon a time would have run to American Swiss in a split second to marry me. And now today, they just want to hit that and quit it. Because they've reduced me to a woman that is of such little value that all she is just plumbing. Protect yourselves by getting born again. Imagine a man imagining you as being Ginelwe Lerato, Cassandra and Candace and Karabo, thinking that because he's the only one who's singing in 4 years that you gotta sing him this song. This time around I hope my voice will be a little bit better, but I'm not gonna be loud because it's 5 a.m. in the morning almost. Arrogant. This is what the Lord protected you from. I could feel it from the start. Couldn't stand to be apart. Something about you caught my eye. Something moved me deep inside. I don't know what you did, boy, but you did it. It's called witchcraft. And I've been hooked ever since, yeah. Told my mother, my brother, my sister, and my friends. Told the others, my lovers, both past and present tense, that every time I see you, everything starts making sense. Singing this to you, or making you sing this, and you end up settling for nonsense and then saying, ain't no other man can stand up next to you. Ain't no other man on the planet does what you do. You're the kind of guy a girl finds in a blue moon. How arrogant is that? You got soul, you got class, you got style, and you're bad. Ain't no other man, it's true. Ain't no other man but you. I never thought I'd be alright. I don't want to be loud, okay? Never thought I'd be alright. No, until you came and changed my life. Yeah. What was cloudy now is clear. Yeah. You're the light that I needed. Ooh, ooh. You got what I want, boy, and I want it. Brr, brr. So keep on going it up. So tell your mother, your brother, your sister, and your friends. Tell the others, your lovers, better not be present tense. Cause I want it, cause I want everyone to know that you're mine and no one else's. Okay, I don't know how that goes. Ain't no other man can stand up next to you. Ain't no other man on the planet does what you do. You're the kind of guy a girl finds in a blue moon. You got soul, you got class, you got style, and you're bad. Ain't no other man, but it's true. Ain't no other man but you. Better do kitty. Ain't no other, ain't no but other. Ain't no other, ain't no other. Ain't no other, ain't no other. Ain't no other. I need no other. Ain't no other man but you. Ain't no other man. And then it says, you're there when I'm a mess. You are there when I'm a mess. You are there when I'm a mess. Grrr, grrr. Talk me down from every ledge. Grrr, grrr. So he's the one to be your savior, basically. Talk me down from every ledge. Grrr, grrr. Give me strength. Boy, you're the best. You're the only one who's ever passed every test. She goes really loud. I can't go loud. Ain't no other man. It's so arrogant. Ain't no other man can stand up next to you. Ain't no other man on the planet does what you do. You're the kind of guy a girl finds in a blue moon. You got soul, you got class, you got style, and you're bad. Ain't no other man, it's true. Ain't no other man but you. And now I'm telling you, said ain't no other man but you. Ain't no other man. Yeah, and then it goes ain't no other man again. Don't you know ain't no other man is true? Yeah, it just goes on like that. That song was ringing in my mind, like just on and on and on, just going. When I was pining out here laying in bed. But right next to it was also Pina Ele. Yeah, Beyonce. Yeah, I care. Tell with God basically counteracting that crazy. On some, you marry a guy like that, that's gonna rock up next with you at the lowest of your self-esteem. The 32-year-old dude was Paza. Or this random freak from America. Or men like these, they think they're a little bit more than you because they hustle. That does not care about you. I've done a video in like expanding entirely on these crazy men. So I won't speak too loftily on this particular matter. Only sing the songs because I feel like I sing better without earpieces in my phone. So you can understand. Y'all, women, you are in danger. Please, like, do a better thing by yourselves, okay? And not all men are rotten, and not all worldly men as well are rotten. But your best bet are godly men. You also want eternal life, don't you? Yeah, I'm not saying that all worldly men are like this. That are of the earth, that aren't as crazy as the kinds that so frankly, they make them better even in worldly versions. But how you're going to be conspicuously pursued by the most diabolical men, like the worst among them, that can ever rise up from the woodworks, because Satan is literally trying to hurt you. He's trying to break your heart through the worst kind of guy that you could ever be with, even by worldly standards. Okay. Mamelang the lyrics is IKEA Beyonce, and this one also kind of chokes me up, but it doesn't matter. This is what God is showing me becomes the marriages. I told you this is not the beginning. I told you how you hurt me, baby, but you don't care. And now I'm crying and deserted, baby, but you don't care. Ain't nobody tell me this is love, but you're immune to all my pain. I need you to tell me this is love. You don't care, well that's okay. Yeah, well I care too. I know you don't care too much, but I still care too. Baby, la 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 la. Oh, I care. I know you don't care too much, but I still care. Baby, ever since you knew your power, you made me cry. And now every time I so sour, you won't sympathize. Zoom. Tsaka 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 tsa. You see these tears falling down to my ears. Tsaka tsaka tsa. I swear you like when I'm in pain. Yeah. Tsaka tsaka tsa. I try to tell you all my fears. Tsaka tsaka tsa. You still don't care? Well, that's okay. I don't want to be loud. Well, I care. Zoom. I know you don't care too much, but I still care. Baby. Tsuku 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 la 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 la. I care. I know you don't care too much, but I still care. Baby. Tsuka 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 tsuka. Boy, maybe if you cared enough, I wouldn't have to care so much. What happened to our trust? Now you've just given up. You used to be so in love, and now you don't care no more. Okay, she goes loud. Maybe one day I will sing it during the day and therefore bring my full gumption. Otherwise, for now, like, so we're not gonna like be out in these streets, but I mean, like, Papa, you heard the lyrics, okay? And that's just how the song goes. The next one that he actually rung and reverberated in my head was Tamia's Stranger in the House. When you settle for these randos. Starts out alright. And then it goes like terribly awry later, and then you never know whether you're coming or going. Okay? And it's just like literally not worth your time. Not worth your time. Okay? Tamia's Stranger in the House. I don't understand. You look just like the man in the picture by our bed. The suspense is pounding and clouding up my head. I'm checking your clothes and you wear the same size shoes. You sleep in his box and you driving his car. But I don't know just who you are. There's a stranger in my house. Took a while to figure out. There's no way you could be who you say you are. You've gotta be someone else, because he wouldn't touch me like that. And he wouldn't treat me like you do. He would adore me, he wouldn't ignore me. So I'm convinced there's a stranger in my house. Now show who you are. Can see your shadow around when you walk. You're leaving no kisses, goodbye with no words. If these walls could talk, they would have nothing to tell. So what could it be? Is there someone imitating me? Could she be taking my place? Look me in the face and tell me that I'm wrong when I say there's a stranger in my house. It took a while to figure out. There's no way you could be who you say you are. You've gotta be someone else, cause he wouldn't touch me like that. And he wouldn't treat me like you do. He would adore me, he wouldn't ignore me. So I'm convinced there's a stranger in my house. Pop quiz, tell me where we first kissed. Tell me where whatever is. Tell me if I liked it, loved it, or could it be that the stranger is me? Have I changed so drastically? If I want more, I want more of me, and you'll remain the same. Woo! It took a while to figure out, cause he didn't say you are. Gotta be someone else, cause he wouldn't touch me like that. Yeah, and that's just like the song, more or less. Okay, I'm not gonna like be all pedantic about getting it all out, because Papa, it's 5:09 in the morning. There's a stranger in my house. The next one, all up in your grill, Papa. Karen White. Superwoman, yeah. Repeat on a loop. Yo, until the stuff like sits in you. Hashem, wait a minute. Yo, like, will keep on pursuing me for nonsense, ne? I kept on hearing on a loop by the Holy Spirit, actually, this, before I woke up, before I made myself sick, the proverb that says, anger is overwhelming and fury is a flood, but who can stand before jealousy? Essentially, women are so jealous right now that they're just kind of killing. Do you understand? And the reason why they're killing is because so that's why I'm not talking to millennials. I'm talking largely to Gen Zs, maybe Gen Alpha, because women, or maybe millennials that have never been married, because once they get married, they become so despondent and so like Medusa. They become so incredibly mean-spirited, harsh, and inconsolable that you're that prissy Sandra D bursting with virginity, won't go to bed till you lawfully win. They will hate you for the fact that you're waiting for that which has to avoid, that which has caught them by the underband. They will kill you for the fact that you still have a shot at love. And so who can stand before jealousy? Superwoman, yeah, Karen White. It goes, kara. This is what you end up. This is why women, the Bible says an unloved woman who gets married, the world cannot bear up under them. You end up a Medusa. Katsa. Early in the morning, I put breakfast at your table. I wake up. How can my lyrics just elude me like that? Early in the morning, I put breakfast at your table and make sure that your coffee has some sugar and cream. But this thing is just moving by itself. Oh, it's busy playing. Well, stop. How? We don't talk. It's busy as it just keeps on moving. Okay, again. Early in the morning, I put breakfast. Early in the morning, I put breakfast at your table and make sure that your coffee has its sugar and cream. Your eggs are over easy, your toast done lightly. All that's missing is that morning kiss that used to greet me. Is your morning kiss that used to greet me. Now you say the juice is sour. It used to be so sweet. Now I can't help but to wonder if you're talking about me. We don't talk the way we used to talk. It's hurting so deep. I've got my pride, I will not cry, but it's making me weak. I'm not your superwoman. Go down, go down. I'm not the kind of girl that you can let down and think that everything's okay. Boy, I am only human. This girl needs more than occasional hugs as a token of love from you to me. Ooh, baby. Hey, I fought my way through the rush hour, trying to make it home just for you. I want to make sure that your dinner will be waiting for you. But when you get there, you just tell me you're not hungry at all. You said you'd rather read the paper and you don't want to talk. You like to think that I'm just crazy when I say that you've changed. I'm convinced I know the problem. You don't love me the same. You don't love me the same. You're just going through the motions and you're not being fair. I've got my pride, I will not cry. Still, I can't help but care. There's that I Care again from Beyonce's song. I'm not your superwoman, barubudam. I'm not the kind of girl that you can let down and think that everything's okay. But I am only human. Woo-hoo-hoo. This girl needs more than occasional hugs as a token of love from you to me. Ooh, baby. Listen to the ooh, baby. Look into the corners of your mind. I'll always be there for you. This is like I Care in your face in a different version. Look into the corners of your mind. I'll always be there for you through good and bad times. But I can't be the superwoman that you want me to be. I'll give my everlasting love if you'll return love to me. I'm not your superwoman. I'm not the kind of girl that you can let down and think that everything's okay. But I am only human. Ooh, this girl needs more than occasional hugs as a token of love from you to me. Ooh, baby, ooh, if you feel it in your heart and you understand me, stop right where you are. Everybody sing along with me. Ooh, 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 ooh. okay? I'm the kind of girl you treat so sweet, but you got to realize that you gotta be sweeter to me. I need love, I just need your love, whatever. Like, yeah, that's what you're gonna end up singing. And then I'm not the kind of I'm not your superwoman. The chorus goes again and again on a loop, because the woman is actually very upset, okay? Those are yours in pillows. And then as for the broke dude, bills. Yeah, Destiny's Child. Me, I'm marrying a wealthy man. Relax. Not because I asked for one, but because that's what God saw it fit to give me. And once in the marriage, I'm gonna have my own money. Because y'all were never gonna treat me right. King and Amali. Oh, come on. You know these adverts that last for like 20 years and you can't skip past them. At first we started out real cool, taking me places I ain't never been. But now, getting comfortable and doing those things you did no more. You slowly making me think people think your money should be handling. I was looking for another lyric sheet that looks a little bit better. Okay, I really want to get done with this message now, right? At first we started out real cool, taking me places, yeah, these broke dudes that got a little bit more than me. So I come kisa ko molong roja ice cream, since I cannot chalate at all. And then he's gonna start to lean on me when he's not strong. Use my gumption, my mind, use me to build his business. His way now that I'm monetized on YouTube. Yo, wait, I'm just talking baby, but I was there for you in the beginning. Not the other way around. Relax. At first we started out real cool, taking me places I ain't never been. But now you're getting comfortable, ain't doing those things you did no more. You're slowly making me pay for things your money should be handling. And now you ask to use my car. Drive it all day and don't fill up the tank. And you have the audacity to even come and step to me and ask to hold some money from me until you get your check next week. You're trifling, good for nothing type of brother. Silly me, why haven't I found another Ebola? When times get hard, I need someone to help me out instead of a scrub like you who don't know what a man's about. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Can you pay my automobiles? If you did, then maybe we could chill. I don't think you do, so you and me are through. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Can you pay my automobiles? I don't think you do. So you and me are through. Now you've been maxing out my card. Gave me bad credit, buying gifts with my own ends. Haven't paid the first bill, but instead you're headed to the mall, going shopping sprees, perpetrating, telling your friends that you be ballin', and then you use my cell phone. Calling whoever that you think's at home. And then when the bill comes, all of a sudden you be acting dumb. Don't know where none of these calls come from. When your mama's number's here more than once, you're trifling, good for nothing type of bro. Silly me, why haven't I found another Ebola? When times get rough, I'm an Ebola. When times get hard, need someone to help me out instead of a scrub like you who don't know what a man's about. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Can you pay my automobiles? I don't think you do. So you and me are through. I don't think you do good for nothing. Oh, hey, oh. No. Good for nothing. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone? Yeah, you get my point. That's the whole song. Of course, Pile, but the main lyrics came out. The Lord keeps wanting me to bills. And then start to lean on my brain. I told you guys the other day that there are some of these occult practitioners. One of them was saying of me that, yo, Lorna, I can't let her go because she's too lucrative. She's my meal ticket. He called me a meal ticket. Because by the money rituals, these satanic money laundering money transfer rituals by sleeping with women. So some women, some women are so wealthy. Some women have got such great destinies in the future. They are hosting so much girth in them that how ka le ona ashe mabuti di tender in your house. It's going to extinguish the flames of your dwindling material success until you sleep with Karabo. Karabo is a meal ticket. Can you pay my bills? Yeah, you start out paying for my ticket, plane ticket, and I end up investing in your startup. Kisatsi. Because it's like a satanic ritual that's been done against my knowledge. Yeah, good for nothing. Yeah, but rather what is true of what's about to happen in these streets is that I'm going to leave and I'm going to find like a really great guy. So this here song was the one that I sang, yeah, Sam Smith. Way too good at goodbye. To say Uguti Akilingengi, South Africa, Gatamaya. And ain't nobody in these streets gonna hold me hostage, holding me back, out your imaginative that I'm not leaving left or right because you can do witchcraft. And it was Sam Smith's good at goodbyes. Go for these songs, yeah, repeat with the Lord telling me counter strategy. They think that you're gonna settle, but what you're telling them is, you must think that I'm stupid. You must think that I'm a fool. Yeah, Papa, they think, deep baboon, that you are done for. But this is what you're saying. You must think that I'm stupid. You must think that I'm a fool. You must think that I'm new to this, but I have seen this all before. Boom. Oh, come on. Boom. But I have seen this all before. Boom. I'm never gonna let you close to me, even though you mean the most to me, 'cause every time I open up it hurts. Boom. So I'm never gonna let you close to me, so I'm never gonna get too close to you, even when I mean the most to you, in case you go and leave me in the dirt like that ex-boyfriend and my mom. Yeah, Hashem. Not happening. But every time you hurt me,